Welcome to the LearnXYZ channel.
Great to be here.
Today, we're diving deep into a really crucial topic, especially now, protecting yourself from deepfakes.
Absolutely. It's everywhere.
And you, our listener, shared some really valuable information from LearnXYZ on this, so our mission really is to unpack all of that for you.
Yeah, pull out the key insights, the practical steps you can actually use.
Right now. Because, deepfakes, they're these AI-generated videos, audio clips.
That can mimic someone's appearance, their voice, almost perfectly, creating stuff that just, isn't real.
And the potential risks, as LearnXYZ highlighted, are pretty significant.
Oh, definitely. We're talking personal deception, identity theft.
All the way up to spreading misinformation on a massive scale, undermining trust in media. It's a big deal.
It really is.
Yeah.
So we need to explore how they're made, the dangers, and critically, how you can safeguard yourself.
Okay, so let's start at the beginning. What exactly are deepfakes, technically speaking, and why are they such a threat?
Okay, so fundamentally, deepfakes are powered by advanced AI, specifically deep learning.
Okay.
Think of deep learning like training a computer on huge amounts of data, so it learns complex patterns, sort of like how our brains work in a way.
Got it.
And a key bit of tech within that, used for deepfakes, is called generative adversarial networks. GANs, for short. GANs, right. Yeah, imagine you've got two AIs working against each other. One's the forger, trying to make fake content like a video of someone saying something they never did. The other AI is the detective, trying to spot the fake. They go back and forth, constantly competing.
So they learn from each other.
Exactly. Through this adversarial process, the forger AI gets incredibly good, like scary good at making fakes that can fool even us.
Wow.
They learn all the little things, voice tone, facial tics, how someone moves.
Yeah.
It's remarkably accurate.
That really paints a picture of the tech. And the LearnXYZ info gave some pretty stark examples of misuse, didn't it?
It really did. Think about fraud. There's a growing risk of deepfakes being used to impersonate, say, a CEO.
To authorize payments or something?
Precisely. Imagine getting a call that sounds exactly like your boss telling you to transfer funds urgently. The potential for massive financial damage is there.
That's terrifying.
And on a more personal level, maybe you get an audio call. It sounds just like a family member. Maybe they're upset, asking for money.
Oh, wow.
If that's a deep fake, the emotional manipulation, hitting that vulnerability, it's incredibly effective. People lose money.
Because you instinctively trust that voice, that face.
Exactly. Our natural instinct works against us there.
And the LearnXYZ materials mention specific tools like Deepface Lab, Zoe, saying they've made it easier to create these.
That's a really key point. The barrier to entry has dropped significantly.
So it's not just high-tech labs anymore.
Not at all. What used to need huge resources, specialized skills, now it's much more accessible. These tools are out there.
Which means more people can potentially create them.
Right. And while there might be some, harmless or creative uses, it definitely amplifies the risks that we're talking about. More people means more potential for misuse, from pranks to serious crime.
And it comes back to how convincing they are.
Yeah, that's the core danger. They exploit our trust in what we see and hear, especially if it seems familiar. That fake audio call scenario is so potent because it targets those deep emotional connections.
It really is unsettling. And beyond these individual scams, the LearnXYZ info talked about the bigger picture misinformation.
Yeah, this is where it gets really concerning on a societal level. Deep fakes can be weaponized.
How so?
Imagine a perfectly faked video of a politician saying something outrageous or false. It gets shared online.
Goes viral.
Instantly. It can sway opinions, wreck reputations, even impact elections, or cause social unrest.
And over time, if this becomes common,
it erodes trust. Not just in one news source, but in everything we see and hear online. How do you know what's real anymore? Discerning truth from fiction gets incredibly hard.
So, staying informed isn't just personal protection, it's kind of a civic duty in the digital age.
I think so, yeah. You need to be a critical consumer of information. And that's why LearnXYZ emphasized keeping up with AI with deepfake tech from reliable sources, cybersecurity blogs, reputable news.
It starts with awareness.
Absolutely. Be vigilant, understand the tech, understand the risks. That empowers you to question what you encounter online.
Okay, so we've got a handle on the risks. Let's pivot to solutions. What did the LearnXYZ information suggest we can actually do about this? What are the practical steps?
Right, the proactive stuff. And thankfully, there are things you can do. LearnXYZ rightly stresses limiting the personal info you share online.
Your digital footprint.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Think about your photos, videos, even voice recordings you might post. That's the raw material deepfake creators need.
Ah, okay. The less they have to work with.
The harder it is to make a convincing fake of you. So be mindful of what you put out there publicly.
And that ties into privacy settings, right? LearnXYZ mentioned adjusting those.
Definitely. Your social media, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, whatever you use, they all have privacy controls.
Like setting posts to friends only?
Yes,
Yeah.
or even more restricted circles.
Mm.
Take a look at those settings. Restrict who can see your photos, your posts, your personal details. It significantly cuts down the data available to potential bad actors.
Makes sense. And another big one, almost universally recommended, multi-factor authentication, MFA.
Crucial. Absolutely crucial here, too. Put MFA on everything, important banking, email, social media.
It adds that extra layer.
It does. Even if a scammer makes a great deepfake to try and impersonate you to, say, reset a password, they still need that second factor, that code sent to your phone, usually.
Which they likely won't have.
Exactly. It stops them in their tracks.
Now, LearnXYZ also suggested something I hadn't really considered, watermarking your own photos and videos.
Yeah, it's an interesting proactive step. It acts as a deterrent.
How so?
Well, a really sophisticated creator might try to remove it, but a watermark makes manipulation potentially more obvious if someone looks closely. And it can also help trace the original content back to you. Tools like Adobe Photoshop or even free ones like Canva let you add subtle watermarks fairly easily before you share things.
Something to think about. And then there's handling communication, those urgent, unsolicited messages.
Big red flag. This applies to lots of scams, but definitely deepfakes too. That unexpected email saying your account is locked, click here now. Or a call.
The panic family member needing money again.
Yes. That sense of urgency is designed to make you panic and act without thinking. Resist that urge.
So verify first.
Always. Independently verify. If you get a weird email, don't click the link. Go to the website directly. If you get that strange call from family, hang up.
And call them back.
Call them back on the number you know is theirs. That one simple step foils so many potential scams, including deepfakes.
That's really solid, practical advice. Okay, let's talk detection. The LearnXYZ info mentioned tools and tech being developed. What's out there?
Yeah, this is the encouraging part. The defense is catching up in some ways. Researchers are building sophisticated tools.
How do they work?
They analyze video and audio for tiny inconsistencies, things humans might miss. Companies like Deepware Scanner, Sensity,
Yep.
They use machine learning.
AI fighting AI.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
These algorithms are trained on tons of real and fake media. They learn to spot the telltale signs, weird blinking patterns, unnatural facial movements, distortions in audio frequencies.
Things that are common giveaways in fakes.
Right. They often give you a score like, how likely is it that this has been messed with?
It really is an arms race then.
In many ways, yes. As the fakes get better, the detectors have to get smarter. And some really creative ideas are emerging. LearnXYZ mentioned decap-TCHA.
Yeah, that sounded fascinating.
It is. The idea is you ask a caller to do something spontaneous in real time, like hum a specific tune or maybe answer a simple question naturally.
Because current deepfakes struggle with that.
Exactly. Replicating that kind of unpredictable, nuanced human interaction on the fly is still really hard for the current tech. It exploits that limitation.
That's clever.
Yeah,
really
yeah.
clever.
And you can see the potential for integrating tools like this into platforms we use daily.
Like Zoom or Teams.
Yeah, virtual meetings, social media, maybe even call authentication apps on our phones. Imagine your video call software quietly checking for signs of manipulation in the background.
That would add a layer of trust.
For sure. And LearnXYZ also pointed out things that are maybe more accessible right now, like browser extensions.
Right, like web chat GPT.
Yes, tools like that. Other AI-powered content checkers, they can give you some real-time analysis as you browse. They might cross-reference what you're seeing with web data, looking for red flags.
So worth looking into those.
Definitely. Staying aware of and using these kinds of tools is another proactive step you can take.
It really feels like a layered approach is best our own awareness plus the tech.
That's the key.
So beyond the tech, what about habits? What proactive things can we weave into our daily digital lives according to LearnXYZ?
Yeah, good habits are vital for long-term resilience. One thing LearnXYZ emphasized is regularly auditing your online presence, searching for yourself online. Your name, your photos, videos. See where your information is appearing. Is it being used anywhere without your permission?
Just checking up on your digital self.
Basically, yes. And LearnXYZ had a great practical tip, setting up alerts.
Like Google Alerts for your name.
Exactly. Tools like that notify you when your name pops up online. It lets you quickly check out any potentially unauthorized use. Could be an early warning sign.
That's smart. A regular digital checkup.
It's good digital hygiene in this context. Another huge part is education.
Knowing the telltale signs.
Precisely. Educating yourself, and maybe your friends and family too, about what to look for. Unnatural, blinking, weird lighting shifts in videos.
Robotic-sounding audio.
Yeah, audio that's too flat, lacks normal human ups and downs. Spotting these things gets easier with practice. Sharing that knowledge helps everyone. Cybersecurity groups like the National Cybersecurity Alliance have good resources.
Okay. And if you do spot something suspicious, LearnXYZ said report it, right?
Yes. Yeah. Immediately. If you see content you strongly suspect is a deepfake, report it to the platform hosting it. YouTube, Facebook, wherever.
Helps them take it down.
Helps limit the spread, yes, and contributes to their detection efforts. And, importantly, if you think you're the victim of a harmful deepfake.
Like someone made a fake video of you.
Yeah, something damaging your reputation, for example. LearnXYZ advises seeking legal help from experts in cybersecurity or online defamation. See what your options are.
Okay, that makes sense. So it really boils down to vigilance about our online selves, using the tools available, staying educated, and acting fast if we see something wrong.
You've got it.
It really sounds like protecting ourselves is, well, it's an ongoing process, isn't it? Constant adaptation and awareness in this AI world. And remember, you can always visit LearnXYZ.in for more great insights and resources on staying safe online.
That's absolutely right. It's not a one-time fix. It requires being proactive, being informed. Think about what you share, use the detection tech as it becomes available, keep learning about the threats.
Yeah.
That significantly cuts your risk.
Taking control.
Taking control of your digital identity, using critical thinking, and, looping back to the bigger picture, it raises a really interesting question for you, the listener, to think about. As this deepfake tech keeps getting better, maybe even totally indistinguishable from reality, how does that change our society's understanding of truth, of trust, even identity? What needs to adapt?
That's a deep question to ponder as we navigate all this.
Definitely food for thought.
Yeah. Well, thank you for diving deep with us today on the LearnXYZ channel. Please do visit the incredible website, www.learnxyz.in, and also like the video and subscribe to the channel if you found this useful.
Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you for listening to the LearnXYZ channel.